Hey guys, Kev here, and I'm ready to do my first impressions on the Benchmade Mini Crooked River. This is a really cool knife, really cool offering here from Benchmade. Today is kind of Benchmade Day on the channel. I did my review and overview of my customized Benchmade bug out here. Absolutely love this knife. Check that video out. Quick size comparison. Here is the mini Crooked River next to the bug out. Hopefully that gives you an idea. It's not as mini as it sounds, but the full-size Crooked River is huge apparently. I haven't checked one out, but I'd like to now. It must be ginormous. This one actually fits pretty well in my hands. You can see here I have a large glove-sized hand, and it fits very well. Ergonomics are good. My thumb lands in a good spot there. Great for cutting. Yeah, it's just a good knife. So far, I'm really loving it. I was a little, lukewarm on it out of the box because of the curved handle. And I've just kind of gotten over Benchmades lately and Axis lock knives. But this knife is kind of sparking that back for me. It's the one that really made me think about my bug out again. And yeah, so I got this knife actually on the Reddit knife swap that I talk about all the time. Check it out. Great website for buying, selling, trading, and just talking to other knife guys. I have a blast over there on Reddit. And this guy had this up for 130 bucks. These were like 200 bucks new, I think. And then he even added these blue pivot collars and the back spacer. He added that and these black G10 handles. And he only charged 130 bucks, and it came with the original hardware too. We are dead centered. We have very minimal blade play for a Benchmade that drops shut. Action is great. I just think this is a great deal I got. Turns out. I didn't know at the time because I don't know too much about the Mini Crooked River. I know it's a very popular model and there's a lot of like Mini Crooked River enthusiasts. Like I have a buddy, you might see him in the comments, Rodney. He has like 10 Mini Crooked Rivers. Sorry, Rodney, if I'm wrong. You may have 20. But he absolutely loves this model. I've already talked to him about selling this to him if I sell it, but I don't know, Rodney. I'm really loving this thing now. This might have to stick around. I might have to get some custom scales from Death Grip Scales. Check out my bug out video again to get some info on that, but some custom scales for this would be cool. These are definitely cool, but I'm not a G10 guy. I prefer micarta or carbon fiber, something like that. Titanium, but I doubt you could do that on this. But anyway, just to look at it aesthetically, I think it's gorgeous. It has this like traditional look to it, right? And normally with the wood scales and the orange accents, that's what it comes with. It's a lot more traditional looking, but even so, with this like clip point blade and the kind of curved flow, it just kind of has that like buck traditional knife kind of thing going for it, I think. And this is part of the Hunt series. The mini as well as the large or the full-size Crooked River are part of the Hunt series. Just a cool design. I love this clip point blade. Has this swedge up here on top. Goes down into this swooping point. It's just really sweet. And then you have this flat grind that starts, 3/4 of the way up, goes all the way down. It is very slicey. I was testing it out today because I was stropping up the bug out and checking to see if it's still shaved hair. It does, and so does this. But this has the factory initial, sharpening on it. I just stropped it on my leather strop with green compound. I just did like 3 strokes on each side. I like to do that. I'm either fidgeting with my knives or stropping them or whatever, taking them apart. It's just kind of a crazy knife guy thing, I will strop a knife that I've never used, and then I'll put it in my case for 3 months, never look at it again, and then I'll take it back out and I'll strop it again. and I'll never use it. I might slice some paper just to check how sharp it is or shave some hair off. Oh man, my wife used to give me a hard time. A few months ago, I was crazy into sharpening, and I had like no arm hair because I would constantly be stropping, sharpening, and then checking for sharpness on my arm hair. It was pretty funny. Anyway, I have most of that back now. Um, but yeah, back to the mini Crooked River, right? Great aesthetic looking, very fine point here, but it is backed up pretty robustly. It's an interesting tip there. I don't know, you're going to have a hard time seeing that, but it has this tip that goes out, and then at the very end, you can see how the edge kind of terminates, and it's just a super, super sharp point at the end. It's actually got me a couple times just touching it like this. You know, it can penetrate a little bit. Action, phenomenal. Flies out with the thumb studs. Classic axis lock, Benchmade detent, which means there's no detent, and you just flick it out. It's just, the detent is the spring tension, but it's not very strong, So the cool thing about that with Benchmades is you can easily just roll them out with your finger, or if you just give it a little bit, you'll get the good thumb flick. You can do the Spidey flick. It's just a very versatile lock and, opening mechanism system, whatever you want to call it, deployment system, sorry. So action is phenomenal. It just drops shut. I mean, I don't even have to shake this one. Like, you'll see my bug out here. I tried to tighten it up a little bit because I had a lot of play. Now it has almost no play, so it doesn't quite drop all the way. I have to give it a little arm or a little wrist there. But this Crooked River has about the same amount of just super minimal play, and it just drops home. I mean, it's really cool. Centering's dead on. I think I may have mentioned that already. It's just a really fun knife. I love the ergos I mentioned earlier. It just fits in my hand very well. Your thumb lands in a good spot where you can just slice for days if you want to. It just looks cool. It's just really growing on me. I'm loving it so far. So those are kind of my initial, after a few days in pocket, impressions of the Benchmade Mini Crooked River. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.